500. Match it.
This'll cover it. And I'll redeem it at the bank, if you win.
You just made yourself a call, Mr. Jason. Beat it.
It ain't possible.
If you're looking for sympathy, you'll find it in the dictionary.
Not this hand, Marlowe.
What's this?
We say you cheated.
I never cheated at a card game in my life.
Mr. Jason's a respectable businessman in town. When a stranger calls him a liar, he'd better back it up.
I'm no liar, but I'm no gunman either. I don't even carry one of those things.
Then get out! Fast!
My diamond. That crook stole my diamond.
Afternoon. Afternoon.
You look like a man with an appetite.
Well, I ate yesterday morning, I remember.
You're welcome to some beans.
Thank you.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Rough country to be traveling on foot.
I ran into a poor sport back in Jackson Bend. He didn't care about me cleaning him in a poker game, so he had his gun in and run me out of town.
Oh, that would be Cal Jason. That man of his, Goss.
Yeah.
You didn't have a chance from the start. Even if you cheated.
Good gambler doesn't have to cheat.
I figured you for a gambler.
One day it's chicken, the next day feathers. But if I had to go broke, at least it's within walking distance of Clover Fork. You wouldn't by any chance be acquainted in Clover Fork, would you, mister?
Some?
Maybe you could tell me where I could find my family. Clover Fork's where they moved to last time I heard. Name's Marlowe.
Marlowe? I know Ted.
I'll bet he's a real whopper by now. Well, he must be, let me see, 1 on 10. And Janet, that's my wife. I bet she's as pretty as she used to be.
Oh. Fact of the matter is, Mr. Marlowe, Mrs. Marlowe's dead. Now. Pneumonia.
Janet's dead?
I don't relish being the one to tell you. Somebody should have notified you.
I suppose I tried. I haven't been an easy man to reach. I didn't give Janet much of a life. I tried to settle down. Some men just aren't meant to stay put. Maybe you wouldn't savvy that.
I savvy.
Who's taking care of the boy now?
Amy.
Janet's sister?
That's right.
How's she managing?
Your wife built up quite a little dressmaking trade. Amy took over. Boy helps out, odd jobs after school. He's a nice boy. You'll be proud of him.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm sorry I can't take you with me. But I don't think my horse could carry us both.
Oh, that's all right. Thanks for the food. I'm sorry, I didn't even ask your name.
Name's Bonner. Vint Bonner.
Bonner? Yeah, I've heard about you. I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Bonner.
Oh. Good luck.
Well, since you'll be in Clover Fork ahead of me, I wonder if you'd stop by and tell Amy and the boy that I'll be by to see them.
I'll do that.
Howdy.
You're a long way from Jackson Bend, aren't you, Goss?
Looking for a fella named Marlowe.
Marlowe, huh?
Yeah, fancy dressed, a thieving gambler. You seen anyone like that?
Yeah, I have.
Where?
That running mate of yours in Jackson Bend, Cal Jason. Put that thing away. We're both too old to be playing games on a pretty day like today. And you move along. Nobody but a fool would be in this country on foot.
Vint, it just isn't fair for him to come here after 8 years.
He is the boy's father.
He was Janet's husband, too. But that didn't make any difference to him.
He still has a right to see Ted.
What'll it do to the boy? He thinks his father's dead.
I know.
When Janet was so sick, Ted wondered why his pa wasn't here to help her. What else could I tell him?
I don't know.
Mrs. Peters will be here most any minute for a dress fitting.
Mr. Bonner!
Ha ha! Whoa there, boy.
I seen your horse Scar outside.
Saw, Ted.
I knew you were here after I'd seen it. And here's the black thread you asked me to bring on the way from school. Oh, Mr. Bonner, I can do that gun trick you showed me real good now.
Good.
That should be Mrs. Peters.
Hello, Amy.
Rafe.
Aren't you going to ask me in? Or weren't you expecting me?
He was expecting you, all right, but not so soon.
Come in.
Sodbuster gave me a ride on his wagon. Now, this is Ted. I'd know him anywhere. Come here, boy. Let me take a look at you. Yeah. Same eyes, same color hair. I bet you don't know who I am, do you, Ted?
Ted, I want you to meet a friend of mine, Mr. George Parker. He knew your father.
Glad to know you, Mr. Parker.
Well, now, just a minute, Bonner.
Ted. Ted, it's time to go bring in the kindling.
I'll be right back.
Thank you, Vint.
What kind of joke you pulling, Bonner?
It's no joke, and it's better this way. You be Mr. Parker. To him, you're dead.
So that's it. Well, I'm coming back to life. Nobody's going to keep me away from my own son. Just how do you fit into this, mister?
Because I asked him to, that's how. Go away, Rafe. Leave us alone.
Amy, I know how you must feel, but...
You don't know how I feel. You couldn't. It wasn't pneumonia that killed Janet. It was you. She was in love with you, Rafe Marlowe. When you left that last time and didn't come back, that's what really killed her.
I couldn't help myself. It wasn't that I didn't love Janet.
Don't make Ted go through the same thing she did. Always wondering where you are, worrying about you. Please. Let him go on believing you're dead.
I think we better get one thing straight. Ted's my son, and he's got a right to know it. And I'm going to tell him.
That was quick, wasn't it, Aunt Amy? Tell me more about my father, sir.
Go on. Tell him about his father.
Were you with him when he fought those Indians?
Indians?
That's how he got killed, saving some settlers from the Apaches in Arizona. Aunt Amy says my father was just about the bravest man she ever seen or saw. I'll bet you can tell me some other things he did, Mr. Barker.
Your dad was quite a man, Ted. There'll never be another one like him. But, by the way, you got my name wrong. It's not Barker, it's Parker.
I got myself a room at the hotel and settled down in the lobby with the paper. But my mind wasn't on it. The way everything was working out was so peaceful that it just seemed a little bit too peaceful.
Thanks, Bonner.
What for?
Oh, for making me think twice.
So you decided to go on playing dead, huh?
Sure. But I wrote myself a mighty heroic obituary.
What made you change your mind?
Oh, I don't know. Amy talked sense, and, well, I did sort of promise to stay over another day, though.
How come?
Tomorrow's Saturday, and the boy said he'd like to go hunting. I guess I owe him that much.
Seems reasonable.
Only if I stay over, I'm going to need me a little stake. Now, I'm not asking for a loan. Not without security, anyway. I'll need about $25.
This thing real?
Well, if it isn't, I don't think that gunslinger of Jason's would have bothered to try to find me yesterday.
He's over here today. Guess he wants this back.
I want it fair, but that's another reason I've got to be on my way. Oh, about the money, I'll have it back tomorrow.
How?
I checked a poker game in there. They know as much about cards as a blind Indian. Ted sure has his heart set on going hunting.
Well, like I said, it seems reasonable. And you keep this.
No, business is business. I'd rather you keep it anyway in case I get reckless. But I have a feeling this is my lucky night.
So you're the flannel mouth who called me a thieving gambler.
Must have been pretty deep for you to come all this way and tell me about it.
Where's your friend Marlowe? He's got a $2,000 diamond of mine, and I intend to get it back.
Must be the fellow you were talking about.
I run into a kid who saw you sharing chuck with him.
Well, it's a good thing you can stop for dinner. I only had beans enough for two.
Where'd Marlowe go?
I couldn't tell you that.
You mean you won't? Maybe the night air will revive your memory.
Outside.
is he?
Told you all I'm going to.
Keep your hands down.
Spill it, cowboy. Where's Marlowe?
You find out.
Where's Marlowe? Where's Marlowe? Where is he? Stop!
Let him go or you'll shoot. Go ahead, shoot. Now you do as I say or I'll break this man's neck. First, drop that gun.
Stop it! Stop it!
Now go get your horses. And don't stop till you get to Jackson Bend.
I'll be looking for you, cowboy.
I'll be around. The money Marlowe had borrowed was waiting for me next morning, and I gathered he'd made a killing in the poker game. But Sunday things were still bothering me about Ted and his dad. I wondered if he had left town as he promised.
Mr. Banner, Mr. Banner!
Whoa, boy. Don't you ever walk any place?
I saw you right in, but I guess you didn't see me. I've been wanting to find you.
What can I do for you?
About Mr. Parker.
Don't tell me he's still in town.
Yes, but I think he's going to leave in a few days.
A few days?
He told me he never stays in one place very long.
Guess that's right.
Well, when he goes, I'm going with him.
You what?
I ain't ever had so much fun in my whole life. Yesterday we went hunting. This morning I played hooky from Sunday school to go fishing with him. Only don't you tell Aunt Amy.
Now, wait a minute, Ted. I think we better talk this over a little more.
I'm sure Mr. Parker likes me, don't you think? And he says he doesn't have any family of his own. I bet he gets lonesome and would like having somebody with him.
Well, when you're traveling, that's different.
He's just got to take me along, or I'll run away and find him.
Now, hold it. Have you talked to Aunt Amy about this?
I want to be like Mr. Parker and go places and learn to be a gambler and play poker.
Now, learning to play poker ain't hard. It's learning to win that's the tough thing.
Oh, Mr. Parker never loses. I watched through the window of the hotel last night, and there ain't nobody that can beat him.
That's so.
He's just about the nicest man I ever met, and he's a friend of my pa's, too.
Does Mr. Parker know about this?
No, I'm scared to tell him. I'm scared he'll turn me down. Will you ask him for me, Mr. Bonner?
Don't you think you better talk to your Aunt Amy first?
I know what she would say, and it wouldn't make any difference. I've already decided.
All right, I'll tell Mr. Parker what you've decided. Meantime, you run along home. Tell your aunt I'll be over later.
Okay.
Settle down, get a job, make us a home. Then later on I could let him know I'm his old man.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Oh, what's the use of trying to fool myself? I couldn't do it for his mother. I couldn't do it for Ted either. I'd be rolling on inside of 6 weeks.
He said he's going to follow you no matter what.
He'll go back to Amy soon enough.
You didn't.
Well, he's not me.
He's a lot like you. He thinks you're the greatest fellow that ever lived. Outside his pop, that is. You're his idol.
All right, I'll get out of town tonight.
Kid's got the longest memories. Even after you'd gone, he'd still want to be like you.
Well, he can't. I want my son to do better than a gambling tramp like me.
Nobody's got any use for broken glass. Same thing is true of broken idols.
If you're looking for sympathy, Finch, you'll find it in the dictionary.
I don't understand it. How you've won all night long.
You watch me work, my friend, you'll never go broke in a strange town.
Shut up and deal.
Ante up.
$50.
50. And 100 more.
Before the draw? You're bluffing. Call and give me 2.
You're a gravedigger. Dealer takes 3.
$200.
You 2. And raise you 500.
All right, Parker. What have you got?
Looks to me like about 2 pair.
Well, that just don't happen to beat a full house.
Might. Seeing as how it's 2 of the same pair. 4 jacks.
Keep your hands off those chips. You're not going to cheat me out of this pot.
You're talking wild, Finch.
All of you saw me. I threw in 2 discards. One of them was a jack, and there's only 4 jacks in the deck. He dealt himself my jack. That's how he's been winning. Cheating like a dirty rat. Well, you're through cheating, Mr. Parker.
Hold on.
Fire, Mr. Bass!
Did the kid see it?
Yeah, he saw.
All right, you know what to do with this.
Get him to a doctor.
Where's Ted?
I haven't seen him.
There he is.
And I wanted to be like him. To go with him. A man who cheats at cards is more than a snake. I wish I never seen him. I don't think he's a friend of my pa's either. Pa wouldn't have nothing to do with a skunk like him.
Maybe your father didn't know him for what he is. Anyway, he gave Mr. Parker this to give to you. Your Aunt Amy will keep it for you. It's worth quite a lot of money. Your pop wanted you to have an education.
Thank you, Vince, for everything. Care to walk home with us?
I like that.